In a move shaking the very core of global defense strategy, President Donald Trump has just made a historic offer to Japan, the chance to own the most advanced fighter jet in history, the F-47. A weapon so secret, so powerful, that it has never before been offered to any U.S. ally. What does this mean for the balance of power in the Pacific, and the future of air dominance worldwide? Let's break it down. Welcome to Jet Foundation. In a move that has stunned defense circles worldwide, President Donald Trump has made an unprecedented offer to Japan, the chance to purchase America's most advanced sixth-generation fighter jet, the F-47. This isn't just another weapons deal. It marks the first time in history that the United States has considered exporting its most cutting-edge air superiority technology. The announcement came to light after a private diplomatic call on May 23, 2025, between Trump and Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba. What began as a routine conversation quickly turned historic when Trump personally invited Japan to take a look at the F-47, promising the very best for America's Pacific ally. The timing of this proposal could not be more critical. Tensions across the Indo-Pacific are at their highest point in decades. China has been accelerating its military modernization, unveiling not one but two sixth-generation fighter prototypes late last year. Regional powers are scrambling to respond, and Japan finds itself under increasing pressure to bolster its defenses. By offering the F-47, the U.S. is signaling more than just a willingness to share advanced technology. It's making a strategic statement. The aircraft is a symbol of American military innovation, boasting unmatched range, stealth, and combat capabilities. If Japan accepts, this deal could shift the balance of power in the Pacific, deterring potential adversaries and reinforcing the U.S.-Japan alliance in ways not seen since the post-World War II era. This is more than a defense contract. It's a message to the world. America is ready to arm its allies with the future of air dominance. The story of the F-47 begins on March 21, 2025, inside the Oval Office. Flanked by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Air Force Chief of Staff General David Alvin, President Donald Trump made an announcement that would reshape the future of U.S. air power. Boeing, he declared, had won the coveted Next Generation Air Dominance (NGAD) contract, the most significant defense award of the decade. The aircraft would bear the designation F-47, a name chosen, according to Trump, partly in honor of his position as the 47th president. The generals picked a beautiful number, he remarked, half-joking, but the symbolism was hard to miss. The F-47 would not just be another fighter, it would represent a new era of American air superiority. During that same announcement, Trump made a comment that slipped under the radar at the time but now feels prophetic. He mentioned that U.S. allies were already calling, eager to buy the jet. Certain friendly nations, he hinted, might receive toned-down versions, reduced in capability by about 10% to protect sensitive technology. Most observers dismissed the remark as typical political bravado, until events proved otherwise. Behind the scenes, the NGAD program had been years in the making. Boeing had invested heavily in advanced materials, adaptive engines, and stealth breakthroughs that would set the F-47 apart from any existing aircraft. It wasn't just about winning a competition against Lockheed Martin, it was about demonstrating unmatched engineering and securing America's edge for decades to come. The March 21st announcement was more than a contract award. It was the first public signal that the United States was preparing to unveil a fighter so advanced that it could change the very definition of air dominance. For decades, the United States has guarded its most advanced fighter technology with extreme caution. The F-22 Raptor, widely considered the world's most formidable air superiority fighter, was never exported, not even to America's closest allies like the United Kingdom or Australia. The reason was simple: its technology was too sensitive, and the risk of compromise too high. That's what makes the F-47 offer to Japan truly unprecedented. Unlike the F-35, which was designed as a multi-role fighter to serve multiple branches and partner nations, the F-47 was built from the ground up with a single mission in mind: absolute air superiority. Every component, from its engines to its stealth profile, is optimized to dominate contested airspace and outclass any opponent. The performance leap is staggering. The F-22 has a combat radius of around 400 nautical miles, impressive in its time. The F-47 will exceed 1,000 nautical miles, enabling it to penetrate deep into enemy territory and return home without refueling. Its stealth technology represents the next generation, designed to make the jet virtually unseeable to even the most advanced radar systems. Equally important, the F-47 is engineered for maintainability. Previous stealth aircraft required time-consuming and expensive upkeep to preserve their radar-evading coatings. The new fighter's design minimizes these challenges, making it more cost-effective and reliable over the long term. In short, the F-47 is not just an incremental improvement, it's a quantum leap in air combat capability. Offering this aircraft to Japan isn't merely an arms deal, it's a strategic shift, breaking a long-standing policy and potentially reshaping the global balance of power in the skies. Japan is no stranger to advanced fighter development. Currently, it is a partner in the Global Combat Air Program, GCAP, an ambitious sixth-generation fighter project led alongside the United Kingdom and Italy. The aircraft, known as Tempest, is projected to be operational by 2035, promising cutting-edge capabilities to keep pace with the world's top air forces. But reality is setting in. Industry reports and government briefings suggest the GCAP timeline is slipping. Senior Japanese officials are growing concerned that key milestones may be missed, pushing delivery dates even further into the future. In a rapidly evolving security environment, that delay could be costly. The urgency is underscored by developments just across the East China Sea. In December 2024, China shocked military observers by unveiling not one, but two sixth-generation fighter prototypes, tentatively designated the J-36 and J-50. These aren't static mock-ups. They are flying, operational testbeds, signaling China's determination to challenge US and allied air dominance. For Tokyo, the math is simple. Waiting until 2035 for CAP's Tempest means facing a potential capability gap during a decade when regional threats are intensifying. China's military modernization is moving at breakneck speed, and the People's Liberation Army Air Force is expanding both in quality and quantity. The F-47 could change that equation. With production expected in the early 2030s, potentially years ahead of Tempest, Japan would gain access to a proven operational sixth-generation fighter in time to deter emerging threats. In the high-stakes air race over the Pacific, timing isn't just important, it may decide the balance of power for decades to come. The F-47's journey from concept to combat-ready aircraft is not a leap of faith, it's the result of years of proven experimentation. Test flights began as early as 2020 under the U.S. Air Force's Next Generation Air Dominance Experimental Program. For 5 years, prototype X-planes have flown hundreds of hours, validating technologies that most nations have yet to imagine. At its core, the F-47 embodies next-level stealth. Its radar signature is so minimal that it's described as virtually unseeable, even to the most advanced tracking systems. This is paired with adaptive cycle engines, capable of adjusting performance in real time, delivering maximum thrust for speed, extended range for long missions, or fuel efficiency for endurance. Its internal weapons bays are larger than those of the F-22 or F-35, allowing it to carry more or bigger ordnance without sacrificing stealth. This means the F-47 can take on both air dominance and deep strike missions with unmatched flexibility. One of its most groundbreaking features is its optionally manned capability. The jet can operate with a human pilot for missions requiring judgment and adaptability, or fully autonomously for high-risk scenarios where lives should not be endangered. Adding to its edge is the integration of collaborative combat aircraft, CCAs, autonomous drone wingmen that can extend the F-47's reach. These drones can carry weapons, perform reconnaissance, jam enemy radars, or act as decoys, effectively giving each F-47 pilot command of a miniature air force. This fusion of stealth, range, adaptability, and AI-driven teamwork makes the F-47 not just an aircraft, but the centerpiece of a revolutionary family of systems, designed to dominate the skies well into the mid-21st century. Japan has long been one of America's most reliable defense partners. From operating one of the largest F-15 fleets outside the United States to becoming the biggest international customer for the F-35 program, Tokyo has demonstrated exceptional capability, discipline, and trustworthiness in handling advanced U.S. technology. That track record makes Japan an ideal candidate for the F-47, a fighter whose secrets must be safeguarded at the highest level. If Japan accepts the offer, the benefits would extend far beyond combat capability. As with the F-35 program, Tokyo could play a role in production and maintenance, creating skilled jobs, transferring valuable aerospace knowledge, and strengthening its domestic defense industry. Participation would also lock Japan into the F-47's global supply chain, ensuring long-term support and technological integration. For Boeing, a Japanese order would be monumental. It would secure the future of their fighter production lines for decades, reduce per-unit costs for the U.S. Air Force, and provide the scale necessary to invest in further innovations. For Washington, it would deepen the U.S.-Japan alliance through tighter operational, logistical, and training integration. Strategically, the move would ensure both nations operate on the same communication systems, weapons platforms, and tactical doctrines. In a crisis, that interoperability could mean faster coordination, seamless joint missions, and greater deterrence. The F-47 offer is therefore more than a weapons sale. It's an industrial and strategic partnership that would bind the United States and Japan even closer, uniting their defense industries, aligning their military capabilities, and reinforcing a shared commitment to security in the Indo-Pacific. China has wasted no time in condemning the proposed F-47 sale to Japan, labeling it a destabilizing move that could upset the delicate security balance in the Asia-Pacific. Beijing warns that such a transfer of advanced military technology will trigger a regional arms race and prompt countermeasures to safeguard its strategic interests. This public criticism underscores China's deep concerns over a stronger Japan-US defense posture right on its doorstep. Meanwhile, U.S. allies and partners are following the development with keen interest. Australia, South Korea, and several NATO members view the potential deal as a significant precedent. If the F-47 is successfully transferred to Japan, it could open the door for similar agreements with other trusted allies, expanding the jet's operational presence far beyond American borders. Such a move could enhance collective security among like-minded nations, creating a tightly integrated network of forces capable of responding to shared threats. However, it could also heighten tensions with adversaries who see these partnerships as encirclement. For countries like South Korea, the deal might prompt internal debates about acquiring matching capabilities to maintain deterrence in the face of evolving threats. NATO allies, particularly those in Eastern Europe, could also push for access to the F-47 to bolster their own air defense capabilities. In short, Japan's potential acquisition of the F-47 isn't just a bilateral defense transaction. It's a strategic flashpoint with global ripple effects. How the world reacts could determine whether this becomes a stabilizing force for collective defense or a catalyst for intensified military competition. The F-47 stands as a clear symbol of American innovation, showcasing the United States' unmatched capabilities in developing next-generation military technology. Built on decades of research and development, the sixth-generation fighter represents the pinnacle of aviation engineering, combining stealth, speed, and advanced weapon systems in a way no rival has yet achieved. The program itself reflects massive financial investment, cutting-edge design, and the contributions of a highly skilled workforce drawn from across the defense and aerospace industries. For the U.S., offering the F-47 to Japan goes beyond a simple arms deal. It is a statement of confidence in its allies and a demonstration of its willingness to share some of its most guarded technological advancements. This move reinforces America's leadership role in global security, especially in the Pacific, where tensions remain high. By aligning with Japan through such a strategic transfer, Washington sends a clear message to both friends and adversaries. The U.S. will remain a central force in maintaining stability and deterrence. The decision has the potential to reshape the Pacific balance of power, strengthening allied defenses and enhancing regional cooperation. It also underscores the U.S.'s long-term commitment to global alliances, proving that its military leadership is not just about technology, but also about building enduring partnerships that can meet the security challenges of the 21st century. The skies are changing, and history is being written at supersonic speed. What's your take on the F-47 deal? Will it strengthen peace, or push the world closer to the edge? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay ahead on the biggest defense stories shaping our future, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a mission. This is Jet Foundation, where air power meets insight.